Hi, Crimson Snips here. Imagine being so handsome that stepping outside feels like a crime. Girls faint, chaos erupts, and life just isn't normal. Sounds like a dream? Well, welcome to Terlalu Tampan. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. Spoilers ahead. Watch out and take care. For several centuries, the Maas family has been handsome. They earn a lot of money due of their beauty, which is why many people respect them. Okus, the eldest son, is an influencer on the internet. Because of his attractiveness, he has millions of fans and is regarded as a love guru who helps guys win over their crushes. Prior to meeting their mother, Pakar, the father, was a heartbreaker who had dated over 1,200 women. The mother's masculine features and significant mustache, on the other hand, make her charming as well. Last but not least, the main character, Kulin, is the youngest son and the most attractive one of all of them. The family has grown accustomed to living as a family with attractive people, with the exception of Kulin, who finds it difficult to lead a normal life due to his good looks and frequently wishes he were only mildly attractive so that he could go out without constantly being chased by a group of women. Girls get obsessed with his attractive face that they pass out, pull their hair, and get frequent nosebleeds. As a result, he has never had a real relationship with a girl, and avoids public as much as possible and has been homeschooled up until recently. Other than his beloved fish, Kulin has no companions with whom he can communicate. He frequently converses aloud with it and plays cards with it. His family is worriedly watching him on video. They do everything they can to support him and want him to enjoy a typical adolescent life. In an attempt to connect him with someone, Okus constantly sends him photos of girls. Kulin, however, claims that he prefers girls who dislike him. He prefers to be recognized for his interests and personality rather than his appearance. The family goes above and above when they are unable to get Kulin to go out. They intend to coerce him into attending a school by fabricating financial difficulties. Kulin's parents act as though they are concerned about their money one evening when he wakes up to drink water. In a dramatic statement, they say that until they make enough money to pay for Kulin's homeschooling, they will only eat scrambled eggs for breakfast. He feels terrible for bothering his folks so much. He announces the following morning that he will be attending classes for the forthcoming semester. When he says that he will only attend an all-boys school, the family is thrilled. They are willing to take things one step at a time, even if they would have liked it if he could have spoken to girls. Kulin's first day at a real school is a few days later. Kulin doesn't remove his helmet when Okus drops him off on his bike. He intends to conceal his good looks by wearing it all day. But when the helmet attracts more attention than he had hoped, the plot backfires. Kulin covertly grabs the last seat, but City and his henchmen, the class bullies, call him out. The teacher is also taken aback by the man wearing a helmet when she walks into the classroom. She tells him to remove it immediately. Despite his reluctance, Kulin is forced to comply. In a dramatic gesture, he slowly removes the helmet, exposing his face. The teacher is being placed into an ambulance in the scene that follows. It turns out that Kulin's beauty caused her to start anxious and bleeding from the nose. The principal receives complaints from the other students that the new student is too attractive to manage. One of the bullies trips Kulin as he hurries down the hallway to return home. They introduce themselves as Power Rangers and take him to the school's storehouse. City, the principal's son, is the leader of the trio of bullies known as the Tikatak. Following the ostentatious introduction, they disclose that they need Kulin's assistance in asking a girl to prom. For the last 3 years, the group has been in their senior year of education, until City attends the prom with Amanda, the most attractive girl at the BBM school they won't graduate. However, the gang wants Kulin to deliver the proposal because she only accepts proposals from attractive men. They designate Kaibo, an innocent man, to guide and assist Kulin. After that, Kulin and Kaibo go to the principal's office to formally report about bullying at school. Even though Kaibo is aware of the outcome, he still goes with Kulin. His son's refusal to graduate worries the principal. The principal wants them to follow the bully's instructions, since Kulin's attractiveness allows him to take Amanda to the prom. Kulin and Kaibo make the decision that night to finish the assignment the following day and abdicate the duty. The first unconnected individual to be kind to Kulin is Kaibo. When they arrive to the BBM school the following morning, the females can smell the lads. Unattractive boys are strictly prohibited from entering the school grounds. As a result, the entire school requests that Kulin remove his helmet when they see it on him. When Kulin removes the helmet in a pivotal moment, chaos breaks out among the girls. The news reaches the television just a few hours later. Social media is ablaze with videos of girls jumping around, sobbing, getting possessed, and bleeding through their nostrils. Kulin begins to be referred to as the too handsome to handle man. When Amanda, a model and the sexiest student at the BBM school, learns of the news, she falls head over heels for Kulin. He is the first man to match her in terms of status and beauty. She instantly sets out to win his approval. A group of females congregates in front of the Mace home, When the news becomes widely publicized, they begin to be charged by the family for a tour of the residence. Kulin watches his family on the news while he is hiding in the streets. He believes that his own people have deceived and exploited him. He rejects his family on the news when they call him. He believes that his own people have deceived and exploited him. He refuses to return home when they call, and his sadness is exacerbated when the tourists mistreat and kill his pet fish. He is currently hiding from the crazy people pursuing him in the streets on the roof of a building. A girl suddenly shows up behind him and asks whether he plans to jump from the roof. Kulin stares at her in disbelief since she doesn't faint or bleed from her nose when she sees him. The girl just leaves without saying anything. Kulin can barely talk because he is so anxious. His day is greatly improved by the interaction. After some time, he phones Kaibo, who comes to get him and extends an invitation to his house. Kulin is welcome to stay as long as he desires, according to him and his grandmother. He is astounded by two rare collector playing cards when he first enters Kibo's chamber. They come to the realization that collecting playing cards is one of their many shared passions. To find the girl from yesterday, they go to the all-girls school the next day. They also meet Amanda during this time and provide her with the files of the proposal that City sent. Amanda feigns disinterest in Kulin's attractiveness, but when he departs, her nose starts to bleed heavily. The other girls around him prevent Kulin from meeting his crush when he spots her on the stairs. Over the course of the following few days, Kaibo and Kulin become great friends and do everything together. Kulin often meets his crush, Rari, at the futsal field where Kaibo takes him one afternoon. Following the game, Kulin spots the girl working at a nearby shop from the roof. He can't stop staring at her. At that moment, Kibo shows up and presents Riri to him. Kulin learns that she is also the object of Kibo's prior conversation. Kulin is envious since the two appear to be quite close. Because the sensation is unfamiliar and perplexing to him, he finds it difficult to fall asleep that night. He then schedules a meeting with Okies after recalling that he is a love expert. The next morning, when they finally meet, Okus bursts into happy tears. He had been looking forward to the moment when he could advise his brother about women. Since he would not have met Riri if his family had not sold him out to his admirers, Kulin has forgiven them for doing so. After that, the brothers go grocery shopping, while Okies outlines the things Kulin should do to win over his crush. Following Okies' advice, Kulin realizes that he does not know Rari as well as Kibo does. He still hasn't given up on his first love, though. Amanda visits the boys' school one afternoon and gives Kulin a birthday invitation. She gives him a phone as a gift in addition to it. Kibo, Kulin, and Riri attend karaoke later that day. Kulin and Riri eventually get to sing together. Riri is solely interested in Kibo, but Kulin is eager to duet with her. He quickly realizes that she likes Kibo as well. His heart breaks with jealousy at the realization. He thus asks her directly if she has a crush on him when Kaibo is not present. Riri initially denies it, but her face falls when Kulin fabricates that Kibo is in love with Amanda. His assumptions are confirmed by her expression alone. Kulin contacts Amanda after getting home and requests a favor. She gladly consents to follow his instructions. A number of people congregate at the location the next day to commemorate her birthday. While Kulin looks on from a distance, too afraid to get in, they beat Kibo up for it. Later, he and his grandmother take Kibo home and tend to his injuries. Kulin realizes he has committed a grave error only after witnessing him groan in agony. The following day, Kulin receives a legendary card from Kaibo's card collection, something he had long desired. Kulin, overcome by guilt, admits to all of his wrongdoings to date. The betrayal shocks and hurts Kaibo. He asserts that if he had known Kulin also admired her, he would have quit Riri. Kulin is only made more offended by the words. Finally, Kibo tells him to leave the house right away. Kulin just walks away, aware that he is at fault. After a month, he eventually goes back home. The same cannot be said for Kulin, but his family is ecstatic. He isolates himself in his room and avoids communication. He misses his best friend more than anything else, though. The two occasionally run into each other, but they never exchange more than a quick look. Kulin's mother is concerned about his welfare at home. One evening, she comes up to him and hands him his pet fish, which has never died. She also lets him know that if he wants to, he can return to homeschooling. His family is prepared to go to any lengths to ensure his pleasure. Kulin, moved by what she said, acknowledges that there are individuals in his life that want him to succeed. This encourages him to mend his relationship with Kibo. He rushes to Riri the following morning and fills her in on everything. After that, he visits Kibo and makes an effort to apologize. Kibo initially brushes him off, but when he is questioned about Riri, he begins to talk about how much he loves her. Riri was listening to him on the phone the entire time, as Kulin demonstrates to him. In this manner, he restores their friendship and repairs their connection. They all attend prom together a few days later. Kulin's date is Amanda, while Kibo's is Rira. As planned, Amanda and Kulin are crowned prom king and queen. When a female remarks that he is only moderately attractive, Kulin is immediately attracted to her, signaling the beginning of a new relationship. Turn on the notifications, subscribe for more videos like this one, and support the channel by leaving a like. Thank you for viewing.